friends, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to discuss about chapter 2 of CrPC. The title of chapter 2 is Constitution of Criminal Courts and Offices. Here we're going to discuss about the classes of criminal courts and their constitution. So first of all, we need to understand, or we need to know, the classes of criminal courts. For this purpose, we have to read section 6. Section 6 provides that besides the high courts and the courts constituted under any law other than this code, there shall be in every state the following classes of criminal courts, namely: number 1, court of session; number 2, judicial magistrates of the first class and in any metropolitan area, metropolitan magistrate; number 3, judicial magistrate of the second class; and number 4, executive magistrate. Now here it says that besides the high courts, as we know that in every state there is at least one high court. So high courts and supreme courts are courts constituted under the Constitution of India. These are not the courts constituted under CrPC. And the courts are constituted under any law. For example, there's some special legislation may be there. As we know, IPC is a general legislation or general act or enactment. There may be some special legislations, for example, POCSO. So under the POCSO, there may be special courts as well. So these special courts are excluded here. High Court and other special courts are excluded. Excluding those high courts and other special courts, under this code there shall be courts of session and the courts of judicial magistrates and metropolitan magistrates. Metropolitan magistrates are there in metropolitan area. Metropolitan area is an area the population of which exceeds more than 1 million. The provisions relating to metropolitan area is provided under section 8 of the CrPC. If the population of any area reduces, 1 million means 10 lakh. If the population falls below the 1 million or 10 lakh, then the area shall be ceased to be in metropolitan area, and there shall be the courts of judicial magistrates of first class and of second class respectively. So then finally we find the courts of executive magistrates. Executive magistrates belongs to the executive branch. They are not judicial magistrates. As we know that our constitution is the guardian, Supreme Court is the guardian of the Constitution of India. It is the protector and guardian. Judiciary is very strong here in India. So judiciary must be free from executive influence. Judiciary must function independently and impartially. For this purpose, there is a need of strict division of courts of judicial magistrate from the courts of executive magistrates. That's why there are courts of executive magistrates. So apart from this, the High Court has the power of superintendence throughout the territories in relation to which it exercises its jurisdiction as per Article 227 of the Constitution of India. So High Court will supervise all the courts established under section 6 of CrPC. As you can see here, the classifications, there are two kind of courts. Number 1 is court constituted under the Constitution of India. Another is courts constituted under CrPC. The Supreme Court and High Courts are the courts constituted under the Constitution of India. And Supreme Court and High Court has the power of superintendence over all other courts. Then under the CrPC, there are 4 kinds of courts only: courts of session, judicial magistrate of first class and any metropolitan area, metropolitan magistrate, judicial magistrate of the second class, and executive magistrate. As I have already mentioned about Article 50, which is a DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy, and the state shall ensure that judiciary is separated. Judiciary is kept separated from the executive, all kinds of executive influence. So this is the hierarchy of criminal courts. After discussing hierarchy, we will discuss the powers of criminal courts. So hierarchy. First of all, there is Supreme Court, then High Court, then subordinate courts. Subordinate courts includes session courts. Supreme Court and High Courts are courts established under the Constitution of India, as I have already mentioned. Then below there is session judge, session court. Session court shall be presided by session judge, additional session judge, and assistant session judge. all of them shall be appointed by state government, but in consultation with High Court only. That means here again judiciary is very supreme, and state government shall only appoint, but there the High Court has the power. State government shall consult with the High Court. So then there is a session judge and assistant session judge. Session judge and additional session judge are of same rank and position. Session judge of one session division may be appointed as additional session judge of another session division. That's why they are of same rank and position. Additional session judge is not subordinate to session judge. Here, this thing you need to keep in mind. Below there we find assistant session judge. So there's we completed the session court. Then let's come to the courts of Chief Metropolitan Magistrates, CMM. So the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate and additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrates are there, and below there we find Metropolitan Magistrates and Special Metropolitan Magistrates. Why Special Metropolitan Magistrates? Because Special Metropolitan Magistrates are there to dispose of any special or urgent cases for any particular period. They are appointed for a very short period, like 1 year or 2 years. Then let's come to the district. Leave the metropolitan area. So in every district there shall be chief judicial magistrate at the top of it. Below there subdivisional judicial magistrates, and below there we find judicial magistrate of first class, judicial magistrates of second class, and also a special judicial magistrate of first class and special judicial magistrates of second class. Why special? Because they will dispose of some special kind of cases, and they will be appointed for a special period and to a particular area. Their period may be 1 year to 2 years, not more than that. So that's all about hierarchy. Now we'll discuss about powers of courts. So then comes the panel powers. Panel powers of various courts in India. So the courts may be High Court. Then below there session judge and additional session judge. As I have already mentioned, session judge and additional session judge are of same rank. Then below there assistant session judge. Then chief judicial magistrate in every district, and chief metropolitan magistrate in metropolitan area. Below there judicial magistrate of first class, and below there judicial magistrates of second class. Done. So High Court's power. High Court can pass any sentence authorized by law, any sentence, including the sentence of death penalty or life imprisonment. Then comes the powers of session judge or additional session judge. So session judge or additional session judge shall pass any sentence authorized by law, but that sentence with the confirmation of High Court. That means session judge has power to pass any sentence authorized by law, including the sentence of life imprisonment and that sentence, but that penalty shall be subject to confirmation of High Court. The High Court shall confirm the death sentence. Then the convict person can fill a petition to the president, curative petition, and also they can appeal to the Supreme Court as well. These are separate different provisions. So then comes assistant session judge. Any sentence authorized by law, but assistant session judge cannot pass that sentence, or imprisonment for life. That means life imprisonment, or imprisonment for a term exceeding 10 years. That means assistant session judge may pass sentence not exceeding 10 years, and it cannot pass that sentence, death penalty, or life imprisonment. Below there chief judicial magistrates or chief metropolitan magistrates. Their power is also very less. They cannot pass sentence imprisonment for a term exceeding 7 years. They can and also they cannot pass that sentence and life imprisonment. Then comes judicial magistrate first class. Can pass imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 years, or fine not exceeding 5,000 rupees only. You need to remember some keywords like 3 years or 5,000. Then the judicial magistrate of the second class, here it is 1 year and 1,000 rupees only. So there are some keywords that you need to remember. We need to remember. So it's very easy. Panel power is very easy here. Next we'll discuss division and hierarchy. Territorial division is provided under section 7, and hierarchy of executive magistrates. These are very important. Then we'll discuss every sections one by one. This is only part 1 of the video. We'll upload part 2 very soon. Till then, do subscribe to the channel and do not forget to like, share and comment. And if you have any queries, you can comment below. I'll try to solve your queries as much as possible. Thank you. Thanks for watching.